Hi, Ms. Ba. Are you able to hear me? Hello, Ms. Ba. Are you able to hear me? Ms. Ba, like there is some noise at your end, so I'm not able to hear you clearly. But are you able to hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's better now. Yeah, perfect.
Okay. All right.
Fine, guys. So let's start today's class, and we'll talk about the geo component. So I'll create a new application, and there is a default component for geo, which comes with the Design Studio. It is under analytical components, and there are third-party vendors also, so who create map components with additional features. So Galigio is one of them. I have Galigio installed on my system. So other than Galigio, Visual BI also provides GeoMap component. Okay. So this component, we need a data source. So I have a data source also locally. What I'll do, I'll paste that data source on this in the repository file. So geosample01. I'll paste it here. So I have copied 3 files here. These 2 files are the data file and metadata file. So let's open and see what data we have here. So what we have is we have area. In a certain area, we have different stores. And we have their longitude and latitude data. And then we have some KPIs, actual, budget, variance, and conversion rate. Okay. And then we have one GeoJSON file. So let me just show you what is this file. So this GeoJSON file is nothing but the areas defined. You can define your own GeoJSON file based on your requirement. For example, I have defined GeoJSON and created 3 different areas. You see, I have created 3 different areas for Dubai. So this is one area, this is second, and this is third. And how to create a GeoJSON file is, for example, if you want to create a GeoJSON file for India or some particular area, you go to that area, and then you take a polygon, define your polygon that this is my area. So this is one area, and then you can give its properties. For example, I have added geo ID, location, what is the location name, and some other parameters. Okay, nothing is required. You can give just one geo ID, that is good enough. If you have that geo ID in your database, because we are going to map this ID with the database column. So we'll use this particular, we'll use location column. Other columns are optional. And then we have some formatting options, like what should be the fill, what is my stroke opacity and width and all. Those are for styling. So you can hide and just see that these are the 4 parameters I'm using. Once this GeoJSON file is created, like you have created one area, you can give, okay, area name is area 1, and then you can save. You can add additional row and add additional properties, or you can simply save. So this is my area 1. Similarly, I can create new areas. Area is area 2. And then you can save. So once your GeoJSON file is created, you have defined your areas, what you can do is you can go and save and say, I want to save as a GeoJSON file. Once you click, then GeoJSON file output will be saved on your system. So this is your GeoJSON file.
What is JSON?
It's a format. GeoJSON it's a format. It's a geo data you are saving in GeoJSON format. That what if you try to understand, right, this data in the right hand side, this is the code. So if you see that we started from this latitude longitude, then we went up to this latitude longitude, then this latitude longitude. So basically it is the boundary of your area, and our geomap component can understand this area.
And what is this latitude, longitude? What exactly it do?
No,
how it help us?
Okay. See, if you are in India and you want to, your customer is based on India. I have taken example of Dubai because I'm based out of Dubai right now. So what you can do is you go to Google Maps and you say that where I am exactly. Okay, you say that I have one store. I'm just talking about a retail customer, and I have a store which is here, exactly here. Okay, and I have another store which is here. Okay, this is the latitude and longitude of that particular store, right? Similarly, you will have store latitude and longitude for all your stores, and this is one area. If I say Al Karama, this is one area, Al Karama. So what I can do is to generate the GeoJSON file of Al Karama, I can go to geojson.io, go to Al Karama, that same map. So instead of here, you go to Dubai. You find your area there. So this is the area. You see there next to Al Mankul, this is the Karama area. You define your GeoJSON area here. So basically you are defining your area. That this is my Karama area.
So basically latitude and longitude is the location. It shows like where is
latitude,
it shows the
longitude,
location.
correct. Latitude is and longitude is nothing but the location only, right? So this is the latitude and longitude of this particular location.
The address of the location, right?
Yeah, correct. Similarly, the GeoJSON will have group of latitude longitude of the boundary basically. So from this latitude you go straight till this latitude longitude, then you go up to this latitude longitude, then this latitude longitude, and this will define you a boundary for your area into GeoJSON format.
So it's automatic, or we can also define
No, you can
giving
define
some number.
See, if you have the numbers with you, if you have your GeoJSON file, you can define. Else you need to define using some. It's not the just that this. You can use other websites also to define GeoJSON file. This is one of them. So if you say Google says this is Al Karama, but for your business, this is not your Al Karama. Maybe you say, okay, I said I have divided Al Karama also in two parts. So this is my one Karama 1. This I want to say is Karama 1, and another I want to say is Karama 2. Because my business, in my business terms, I say this is divided into two. So I can divide. As per my business need, I can define my area. What is my area? Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So now once we have our GeoJSON file,
Rakesh?
yeah.
Yes, regarding the geo ID you just
Correct.
mentioned.
Correct.
Yeah, where should we add that within this JSON file?
Okay, see, if you want to add, you can add here also in properties. You can say, okay, here properties and add in the right hand side code, or else you just click on the area and say,
Yeah.
you can hide your styles properties and then add, okay, what is my GeoID? If you want to add the column, not required that it should be GeoID only, you can say column A, column B, column C, whatever. But then you need to map that column to the dashboard. In the database also you will have some area, right, defined that this area
Yeah.
has generated this
Yes.
much revenue. So you need to link those two, one column from here and another column from the database. So that part will be, you will be doing that part in Design Studio. So you can
Okay.
say either
So this
location,
UID is used to reference
not
whatever data
not
we have in JSON ID.
no. For our example, we'll be using location.
Okay.
I have defined that area. It's a very long back. I have defined that GeoJSON. I'm using the same GeoJSON file only, but I'm not using the other three columns.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and we should have geo data coming from our database, right? We should have, then only we can show it on the dashboard. So let's use this geo data, and let me just
So
reset.
within the CSV file you have GeoIDs as well, right?
No,
GeoIDs
no,
are
no.
mapped.
I have areas basically, that these are the
Okay.
stores. I have these stores, and these stores are under these areas basically.
Okay.
So this is my data. I have this particular store 1, store 2, store 8, up to store 8. I have these stores in Alkarama area, and
Yes.
its latitude and longitude are, these are its latitude and longitude. So right now it is showing in 2 digits only. So what I can do is I can show, right click decimal places. I can say, okay, I want minimum 6 digits, because latitude longitude, to display latitude longitude properly, you need at least 6 digits. So let's say 6 digits. Then I have actual budget, variance and conversion rate. Okay. Now what we can do is, we want to show this data on a map. So this is the map component. On the right hand side properties, in the properties you will see there's a property available called base map URL. So in Design Studio there is a default link in the Design Studio. When you install Design Studio, right, this link is already there in your component. Ideally this link should show you the map, the default map, but recently this particular map is not supported in Design Studio. So maybe in next release, or maybe in SP4 they have removed this link. As of now I'm on SP2, so this link is already there. You can use some other link. There are a lot of free base map URLs available which you can use, because right now it is showing blank, it's not showing any map. So I'll take the free uh, OpenStreetMap that is available. I'll just take that link. So you can change your base map URL to any URL, what if it is free, or there are base map URLs available with license also. So if customer is interested, you can buy that license and use that base map URL. So this is one base map URL. I'll just run it. So if you just zoom it, this is not exactly same as Google Maps. So all the base map URLs will be different. For example, if you go here again, in this is one base map URL of Google, which shows you detail view. Then you can change the base map URL like somewhere. Okay, instead of this view, you want to see this another view. So that is again one more base map URL. You got it? So different view means different base map URLs. So there is an OpenStreet base map URL. It is free of cost. You can use that. Whenever you are using any base map URL, if it is free, then what you need to display is, you need to display a copyright message as well. If you want to remove the copyright message, you can remove it, but you should not remove. You should give the always the credit to the, because we are using a free component and this is given by OpenStreet. So you always display that message. If you don't want to display, just talk to OpenStreet guys. They'll give you the license and you need to pay for it. If you are paying for it, then you no need to display this message, copyright message. Okay, so always be careful about this. Now we have our map. Now what we need to do is we need to map the data to the map, right? So in the additional properties of the chart, you see there is a layer. Okay, I'll just remove the layer. You can remove also. So there is nothing on the map as of now. You can add layers to the map. So our map is there. On top of the map you can add our visualization or our there are 4 type of layers available. So you can use a shape layer or you can use a marker layer, so which will just point out the latitude, longitude. Let's take this simplest one. This is the simplest, marker layer. Then you need to define your data source. This is my data source. Then you can say, okay, latitude, because marker means you are pointing out a particular location on the map. So you can just map latitude is coming from this particular column called latitude, and longitude is coming from the data source column, longitude. Then you can select, okay, this should be, this is my color, or you can change your color. Okay, I want this is my color, or you can use custom mark, because right now the default shape is this. You can use your own custom marker. Instead of this, you want to show some other marker. Instead of this round one, you want to show some house or something, that you can choose, and then you can select the different properties. Run it. You go and see. So these are the, because we have area. So what we'll do is, instead of area, we'll have just store. We'll not use the area. So all the stores will be shown now. All the stores, latitude, longitude will be used. As you can see, all the stores are mapped based on their latitude, longitude. The marker is showing on that particular latitude, longitude. Okay.
Rakesh, it means we have already kept the location of the store in the database.
Correct.
And here we are just mapping the store location to Design Studio, right?
Correct. On the map, we are just mapping that. We are not using a GeoJSON file as of now. We are simply, if you don't have GeoJSON file, you have latitude, longitude information of your stores or of your buildings or anything. You just want to show them that where exactly they are. You can show using marker layer. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Another thing. See, this is the simplest layer. Okay. So you can hide or unhide the layer by clicking this. If you click this, uncheck this, then this layer will not be shown. And based on some event, if you want to show, you can add a button, or you can enable that layer using JavaScripting. So let's use a button. You can use any component or anything. Just we need to write a JavaScript. So that JavaScript you can write on anything. This is our component, geomap dot set layer visible. Okay. Again, go back here. There is a concept. There is an ID. If you see, there is an ID. layer ID 1. You can rename it also. You can put L1, L2, or you can give a business name also, that marker layer or something like that. So let's copy this. This is our layer ID. You give that layer ID and say whether you want to enable, you want to show or not. If you want to show it, you just mention true. Now based on this JavaScript, this action you can call on anything, either on a chart, either on a button, either on an image or something, anything. It's a JavaScript, you can call anywhere. So right now that marker layer is not displaying, but if you click on button, that particular layer is shown on the map. Okay, so you can use JavaScripting to show or hide a particular layer, and you can have multiple layers also on a chart. So as of now we had only one layer, right? Marker layer. We can add another layer also, layer 2, and let's show that layer. And data source, again what we can do is this time we will show the areas only. So what I'll do is I'll just copy paste the same data source, and instead of stores I'll have the areas. Again I'm using a CSV data source, so that's why latitude longitude information is added. Okay, but when we are defining an area, we don't need latitude longitude information. We'll use a GeoJSON file to define our area. So we'll use a DS2. Okay, and what measure we want to display on that layer, you can display anything, actual, budget. Okay, and actual budget you can define the color. Okay, if my actual is less, what color it should show? Okay, actual is less means red color it should show, and actual is more is green, that we are earning more. Then you can define classification. It's quantile. If you see, right, there are quantile, or you can see equal intervals also. So that classification you can do, and then you can use a custom GeoJSON file to define your areas. So we'll use the GeoJSON file. This mapping property, this is what I was talking when we were in this screen, right? That we need to give a name here, right? So that it's Alkarama, for example. So this is our location column, and you can say, okay, GeoID or something 001. So this Alkarama we want to map with our database Alkarama. So that means we'll use this location column, because in the data we have values like Alkarama and all, and you can define it with the keys. Let's run it and see. See, these three areas are mapped on the map, right? But if you see our data source, we had Alkarama, Mirdif, Muesna 4th and Albada. Okay, we have these four areas coming from our database, but on map we are showing Muesna, Alkarama and Albada only. We are not showing the Mirdif area because we don't have that area in our GeoJSON. If we don't have the data in GeoJSON, then we can't display that in on map. Okay, and
Rakesh,
yeah,
Rakesh, I'm not able to understand the difference between the previous and this.
okay. What we did is we have defined our custom area using GeoJSON. Okay, if you see that this is the GeoJSON file I'm using for Design Studio, right? So I have defined my area. This is my Muesna 4th area. Okay, this is my Muesna 4th. This is my Alkarama area, and this is my Albada area. I have not defined my 4th area, which is Mirdif. I can define that also. If I define that also, that will come in the dashboard. So right now I have defined only 3 areas. Okay.
Okay.
So just in simple terms, what I have is you treat GeoJSON as a table. Okay, so it has 4 columns. Okay, GeoID, location, LSSD, and census area. Okay, GeoID, location, LSAD, and some area. Okay, now I have data in my database. Okay, and there I have area as my dimension. Rest everything is a measure, right? You see. Now, if I want to club the data, if I put a join in between these two tables, equi-join, what will happen is area I need to map with location. I need to put a join, right? To get the data from these two tables. So the same thing, what we did is on the map, we are using a GeoJSON file, and then the mapping property, GeoJSON mapping property, what I have used is instead of from these 4 columns, I'm using location. I want to map location to the area. Okay.
Okay.
And
Question
using,
here, Rakesh.
yeah.
In GeoJSON format, you have suppose you have given the location different, and in your actual table, the source there the longitude and latitude is different.
No,
So where the
okay, I am not using latitude longitude for this layer. This layer we are not using latitude longitude at all. If you see, we have just added the data source and we are defining actual. We want to display the value of actual on the, see, if you see on the tooltip, you want to define the actual. Based on actual, we want to format the area. Okay, so we are not using latitude longitude anywhere. We are just showing the area. If this is not our area, okay, you can define instead of this. If you say that not this is my Moesna area, I want this is my middiff area, you can define anything in GeoJSON and you say this is my middiff area. Okay, and when you will import this in Design Studio, what will happen is when you run, it will show that this is your middiff area. Basically, you are integrating GeoJSON to the Design Studio. So whatever you define here, that exact area will be shown on the map. The data, the data part and the formatting. The data part is it is coming from the database.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
So the area, let me say my understanding. The area you defined in JSON format.
Correct.
Okay, but in that area, what is the data? What is the actual data that is coming from the source? Correct.
Correct. Yeah, correct. And that joining we have done here.
So in this case, then latitude and longitude is not required in the source. Correct.
For this layer, yes, it is not required. For the area layer, but for this layer, for marker layer, yes, it is required. Because we want to put a marker on a particular latitude, longitude on the map, right? Okay. So for that, you need latitude, longitude data in your database. Now we have.
Rakesh, so for pointers we don't require a JSON file, and for area we require a JSON file, right?
Correct. Correct.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. And there are 2 more types. Okay. So yeah, you can add additional layer again, and you can define that. Okay. This is again a pointer only, but the size will change. Let's take this example. I'll hide this second layer again, so it is not shown. And again, you can define latitude, longitude. It is same as marker layer, but the size will change based on the. You can say, okay, based on actual, the size should increase. As you can see here, right? If the actual is less, the size, the dot will be the round. It will be little less. What to say? The size of the circle will be small. Okay. As you can see that this store 330, it has this big circle because the actual value is around 5 million, and this is a small circle because it has only 440k. So the circle, the size of the circle will depend on the measure. So you can use another, this is another representation of data where you want to display different stores or different based on some particular KPI, so that user will understand, okay, this particular location is generating more revenue, but this particular location is not generating more revenue. Okay. And there is a pie chart also. So for pie chart, I don't have the sample data with me, but you can explore this also. As of now, okay, let's use latitude and longitude, and you can define major, actual, budget, anything you need. Then for pi you need one more characteristics so that it is divided. For example, you have data in the store, you have data for category also. Like in a store I have 3 categories. So these 3 category actual, if I have, I can show them here. Got it?
So Rakesh, so this pie chart is like, defining categories in a particular store. So maximum category, like
For
maximum
example,
category or minimum,
no. For
like
example,
if there are
we
5
have a
million
store,
tons of
right?
category.
Store 1,
Yeah,
and right now we have actual says 100. Okay, so this we are showing in, we
yeah,
can show.
yeah,
Now if you have data for one more level, for example,
yeah,
you have category 1 and it says 10, store 1 again,
yeah,
and category 2 it says 20, and category 3 which says 70. Okay, so basically the pie chart will be for this data. So it will show you, okay, this store is generating revenue, but it is that revenue is again divided into these 3 categories or these 4-5 categories, and this is the biggest chunk of the data. So again, that is for one more analysis you can do. So these 4 layers is clear. So based on your requirement, you can use different layers. You can use multiple layers also in single dashboard. I'll give you one example. What I'll do is I'll remove layer 3 and layer 4. Okay, and layer 2, let's display layer 2 first. Okay, and based on layer 2, if you click on layer 2, it should drill into the same layer. Okay, so if I click on Alkarama, then what it should happen is it should show me all the stores under Alkarama. So on the top level, what we will display is in dashboard, we are displaying the area wise actual and budget, and based on, then user can select, okay, this is little red, why this is red, let's go to this area and see what my stores are generating, how my stores are behaving. So for that, what you can do is you can write Java scripting here also. So when you interact with map, what should happen? Again, there is a JavaScript editor, so you can write. What I'll do is I'll just simply copy paste whatever scenarios I have already done it. Then I'll
So
explain.
Rakesh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. So Rakesh, what I was asking, like, if I see the area is red, so
Yeah.
if I on click of that, if I want to open on another chart where I will be seeing the product level growth, profit or loss, that we can do, right?
Yeah, you can pass filter. Basically, again, it's a JavaScript, right? So you can write whatever you want. You can, on the right hand side, you can have your different charts, and which will, you can drill down also. I'll show you something. Okay, so I'll just run it and explain you first, then we'll talk about the JavaScripting part. Okay, this is my, when I'm loading the dashboard, it will come like this. What happens is, if I select on Alkarama, it shows me buildings of all the stores of Alkarama. Okay, but now I have not written the advanced coding and all, because again I have clicked on one building, right, and I have written as code, and that code is giving me error. Okay, what code I have written is, you can debug that code, no issues. What I have written is, when I click on map, right, I'm defining a map selection variable, and whatever member I select on the map, its internal key, I'm storing that internal key of the map selection into a variable. So if I click on Alkarama, I'm storing that Alkarama key in map selection. Okay, then I have two filters, two data sources, right? I'm putting that selection as a filter in two data sources. So this DS1 is bringing me all the buildings. So if I put a map selection, okay, I have selected Alkarama, I'm putting a filter Alkarama on the DS1 where I have all the stores. I'll get the stores which are under Alkarama only, right? Then what I'm doing is, I have two layers defined. So I'm hiding first layer, the area layer. Then I'm displaying only the layer 2, which is my marker layer. And then I'm just set, there's a function, a method available, center map. So automatically it will zoom and center the map for my layer. Okay, so just run and see. So if you see, this is not in center right now, but if I click on Albada, automatically the map will zoom and it will center in Albada only. Okay, so this center map method is clear. Any questions, guys, about this component?
Yeah, hi, Rajesh. I have a little confusion about, suppose if a company has a location all over the world,
Yeah,
and then the JavaScript gonna be long too, right?
you mean GeoJSON file?
Yeah, JSON file.
Yeah, there
I mean
will.
that.
I can show you GeoJSON file. If you see GeoJSON file, someone has defined a GeoJSON file for the whole US. Okay, so that file will be like 20 MB or 30 MB size in size. Okay, so it depends on your business. You need to define your GeoJSON. All the GeoJSON file will be supported. If it is too big, also it doesn't matter. It will be supported.
And in anything I wanted to write a script in Java,
Correct.
then it could be long.
Not
JavaScript.
really. Not, it's not based on number of locations. Okay, it's based on number of layers. How many layers you want to display, and it can be
Layers means.
lengthy also. See, this is one layer, right? Marker is one layer. We have two layers right now. So one layer we are just showing the areas. Another layer we are showing the marker. So initially,
Okay, okay. That makes sense. Yeah.
okay. So based on your requirement, you can write the JavaScripting. Okay, if I click, then this layer should hide and this layer should come. Then this data will also filter. On the right hand side, I have some KPIs and all. I'll just show you one more example so you'll understand it
Yes.
better, this component.
I missed a little bit because of my connection is
Yeah,
losing.
I saw
So.
you left and joined again. But anyways, if you refer the recording again, you'll understand. Meanwhile, what I'll do is I'll run one recording. Okay, I have already recorded one uh, video for one of our customers. Okay, I'll show the same video to you guys. So 1 minute. There's no voice. Okay. So this is one sample dashboard we have created for one of our customers. Okay. But this is not using the default geomap component, which we are seeing here, right? We're using a different component, the Galigio one, the Galigio maps. So I'm just showing you the example of Galigio map, what you can do using geomaps. Maybe you can try to achieve the same thing using this component also, but you may have to write a lot of JavaScripting and all, or maybe you'll not be able to achieve the same thing because a lot of functionality is not available. And this map is quite advanced. So if you see on the right hand side, we have defined Dubai UAE itself, complete UAE. This is complete UAE using GeoJSON file. So you see this is Abu Dhabi. This bigger area is Abu Dhabi. Then we have Dubai, Sharjah, Ulk, Kham, some more area is there, right? Then we can change its base map URL. So these are the base map URLs they are supporting, that Galigio are supporting. So based on the base map URL, your map will change. Then they have one more type of map, that is heat map. So based on your KPI value, it will show you as a heat on the map. You can drill down, you can select and drill down. If you want to concentrate only on Dubai, you can select and drill down in Dubai. When you select, when you click, right, it gives you a pop-up whether you want to drill down or not. Once you drill down, again what they have done is, now we were at first layer, right? We are hiding that layer and we are showing again one more layer. You can have multiple same layers. Okay. So we have layer 1 as our marker, sorry, a GeoJSON layer, right? Similarly, you can add one more GeoJSON layer. Okay. You can use another file. So if your business is all over the world, right, what you can show is you can show continents as your first GeoJSON. So only 5 or 6 are displayed. When you click a particular continent, all the countries are displayed under that continent as a second layer. When you click a particular country, again third layer is all the states and all the cities. Then you can go up to area and all. So you can define multiple area level GeoJSON layer also. So that's what they have done we have done for we have used the second GeoJSON file which divides the Dubai into different areas, and again based on a particular KPI, the colors are changing. Its conditional formatting is done. On the right hand side, yeah, if you select something and you can drill down and all, that is different thing. If you select, then again we are changing one more layer. So instead of GeoJSON layer, now the third layer it's a different layer again. So this kind of layer, they are using two layers now. If you see, there are two layers basically. One layer we are showing one KPI that is in small dots, that you can say is a net profit, and the big dots are our actual. So we can show at a time two layers also. And then we can select, there's an option to select on the map. There's a selection tool, okay, that this feature is exclusively available in Galigio only, so that you can define, okay, I want to select this particular area, shops, or all this particular area buildings. So I can just circle it using selection tool, and the dashboard will be filtered for that particular selection.
So, Rakesh,
Yeah.
you can have a cluster of layers.
Yeah, you can have n number of layers, and you can control those layers using JavaScripting. Which layer you want to display on what interaction.
Oh, okay. So you gotta be very good in the Java side again, right?
Not JavaScripting, you need to be good in the logical part basically. If your logics are clear that, okay, if I click here, then this layer should hide and all, you need to use JavaScripting methods, and the method will remain always same. That most of the time what you will be doing is you will be playing with this method only. Always.
So what is the heat map?
That heat map is for, it's available in Galigio only. It's not available in the default component.
I mean, what exactly that specifically the heat show the
Again, it's a
result
visualization, right?
more.
For example, let's
It's
go
a
back. See, heat
more
this particular,
profitable.
no, this particular area I have more density, and this particular area I have less shops. This area I have more
Okay.
shops. So the density you can define. Either you can use the number of shops to use colors, or you can use the revenue generation also, whatever measure basically, so that okay, this area is more concentrated for that particular KPI. If you are talking about revenue, yeah, this particular area is generating more revenue. So like that you can use heat maps. Some people use heat map for visualization, or this is a capability of the tool. So we are trying to show the capability of the tool. Okay, so this is Galileo basically. It's not the default component. I just wanted to give you idea that what kind of geo dashboards you can create. This is one sample dashboard we created for our customer for demo only. Okay, so the geo component is clear. Any doubts, guys?
That is, I have a doubt.
Yeah, yeah.
Like when you bringing the source actual to JSON area, how you are linking the source with JSON? You have shown
Okay,
using locations and
okay.
okay.
I'll remove. This is my location layer. Okay. So in this layer, what I did is I used the shape layer first of all. Okay. This layer requires a data source, the data, because we have at one table called GeoJSON table. We have another table which we want to join is our data source. We want to
Right,
join our data
right,
source with the GeoJSON file, right? So we have
right,
selected
right,
a data source, and from that data source, which measure we want to display for coloring,
right.
right? That we have selected, okay, actual, budget, variance, or anything we can select. We can select the start color,
Understood.
okay, minimum value and maximum value. Based on that we can select this. Okay, this we
Okay,
can't control. Okay, but in Galileo we can control this also, that when it should show red, when it should show green, and all this we can control.
okay.
Again, once we select the GeoJSON, right, GeoJSON has these many fields. Our data, we want to map this location, because this is Alkarama, right? And in our data source also we are getting Alkarama.
Okay, it should be there, Alkama. Otherwise,
Yeah,
it will
correct. If
not
there
work,
is,
right?
yeah, absolutely, it should match exactly same. See, if it is this Alkarama,
Okay.
what I'll do is I'll just, if I rename that, let's go and rename it. Okay, this is my GeoJSON file. So what I'll do is I'll edit this GeoJSON file. Instead of Alkarama, this is my location name, right? You can edit here also. No need to go and edit in GeoJSON here only. You can edit manually also if you want. If you're comfortable, you can edit here. So if I remove, if I put additional space between Alkarama, so there is a 2 space. Instead of 1 space, I have 2 space. Okay.
Right.
So it's not matching with the database now, right?
Yes.
Okay, so let's run. Now I don't have Alkarama area because the data is not matching.
Okay.
So exactly when you are defining your GeoJSON, the matching field should have the exact same name. Exact same name. Okay. So Alkarama, if you have
So,
data in database, you have Alkarama, you define as Alkarama only exactly.
okay. So how the business requirement come for this type of activity? Like what they says us, and like they will be saying that I want my like in this place my store will be there, and these are the data source you have, and you
See,
create a JSON format.
uh, business requirement will come like this, that if let's talk about this retail example only, that they have multiple stores in multiple locations. So they will say, okay, I want to see my all store performance, how my stores are doing,
Okay.
and area wise, basically area wise, how my stores are doing. So
Okay.
you go and check the data in system, how they're storing that information, because that information should be there in the system, right? So what area name, what are the area names? Take those area names and define your GeoJSON with the help of business, because they will only tell you that this particular area I'm calling as Muesna or anything, right? This is my area 1. So if it's a standard area like Alkarama, if you find, you can find in Google and you can generate your GeoJSON. But in business terms, they can say, okay, this is not my Alkarama. This, including Almankul, I am saying this is my Alkarama area, because it's a business term, right? They can define their own areas, that this is my territory and this is what I say is Alkarama. This area I am saying Alkarama. So based with the help of business, you get the GeoJSON file. You ask them for GeoJSON file, either they can give you or they can help you with the area. They can sit with you and they can define your GeoJSON file. Once you
Okay.
have your GeoJSON
And
file and latitude longitude information, again it has to be in the data source database.
so they will be providing.
Yeah, they
They will
should
be
have.
providing that.
Obviously, they should have like where their stores are exactly.
Okay.
Or if they don't have, another option is you have the devices, right? Right now there are so many devices available in market. You take the device, you go to that particular store, you will know the latitude longitude of that particular area at that particular location, right? You mark that location, you feed that location into the database, and then you do it.
Okay. Or like when we are creating the JSON format, that time also latitude longitude coming, right?
No, that latitude
This
longitude is different. This latitude longitude is nothing but the boundary basically. That this area
and
starts from this latitude longitude, it goes up to here, it goes up to here, it goes up to here, and then it finishes here back. So this is my area. So this is the latitude longitude information.
okay.
It's
And what
only
is that then?
if you talk about a particular location, then you will have only single latitude longitude, that this exactly is my store.
Okay.
Okay.
And in JSON format, it is giving the complete thing, right?
JSON thing is basically it will give you the area. GeoJSON is giving you the area.
Okay.
It's not for one particular store, one particular location. You can create your GeoJSON file based for location also. You can use a marker only. Okay, this is my location, but this is not used. You can define, but this is not useful for Design Studio purpose. For Design Studio, you can use only this feature, polygon feature only.
Okay. Understood. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other question, guys, regarding GeoMap, or this is clear? What I'll do is I'll share 3 files with you. These 3 files.
So for the Galileo, we need to install something if I want to use the Galileo.
If you want to use Galileo, you need the Galileo
I want-
extension from the Galileo company itself. So if you go to Galileo website, I think there you can
He was
request.
telling us.
Yeah, I can connect also. Galileo Design Studio extension, because if you go to their website, you need to fill a form actually. SAP BI products. They are the experts in maps. So they have map for Lumira, for business objects, and for Design Studio. And you can go and say start your free trial, and then it will ask for your details, which product you want, select the product name, company, and all those details you fill. They'll give you 30 days license in a day or two. If you don't hear from them, then just ask me, let me know. I'll connect you to one guy there and he'll give you the trial version. Okay. Anyway, just fill the, because if this filling form is required anyways, if I connect also, they will ask at least you fill the form, so that they will have all the information in their database, so that they can follow up with the after the trial whether you are interested or not. So that's why they need all this information.
Okay.
Okay. If you don't hear from them, then let me know. Then I'll connect. Yeah. Yeah, Misbah.
Yes, yes, Rakesh. Have you used BW, like if you're using BW queries,
Yeah.
map data, is it like is there any certain precautions, or do we have to like set a certain data type? If you can
Okay.
explain that.
See, your latitude and longitude should come as a major. That's it. Nothing
Okay,
else.
that's okay. That's it.
You should
That's
not
fine.
have them in characteristics. Else you will not be able to
Okay.
map down on map, because this map, right? When you go to for latitude and
Mm.
longitude, if you see, right, in marker layer, if you see latitude and longitude, if you don't have them in measures, right, it won't list here. Only measures will be listed here for latitude, longitude. So while defining your BW query, you are creating BW query, you should create latitude, longitude as a measure. Apart from that, no precautions required. Because once the data is here, whether it is
All right.
CSV file, or
Thanks.
whether it's a CSV file or it's a BW query, it's same.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll share these two things so you can do some practice. And again, you can create on
All
your
right.
own GeoJSON file, or you can create your own data source also, and then do the practice also. If you're stuck anywhere and if you need anything, you let me know. I'll share these three things. Okay.
Rakesh,
Yeah.
hi. Krishna here. I was wondering then how much is used all this this geo thing, because so far in the last 10 years I haven't used actually. I'm in BI. However, we do a lot of bad and all this thing
Okay.
design. Because I have not just worked on the different lines, just, and never. Maybe the requirements might not be there, but just how it's in your career, just I mean how
For geo,
dashboards and all.
okay.
Yeah.
If I talk about last 3 years only, at least 20 plus dashboards we have delivered on geo. So there is a huge requirement for geo dashboards. But again, on using this component, this default component, we are not able to deliver a single dashboard, because the requirement will be little, the whatever requirements end user will have, they will have some fancy ideas about geo dashboards, and that kind of requirement we cannot achieve with this. Is a very basic component. And why, see, SAP, okay, I'll tell you one thing. SAP has launched included geomap component in 1.5. It's almost 2 years now, but still the features, they, whatever features they had in first release in 1.5, they have not improved those features in 1.6 also. Very limited features it has, because some people from SAP, they left SAP and they started Galileo. So they don't want to, and Galileo is a premium partner for SAP. So they don't want to include those features in the product. If they include the next version, then people will not go and buy the separate license for Galileo.
So
This
what are
is,
the requirements normally? Normally you have to last 20 dashboards.
see,
And
the basic requirement is,
what are the
okay, basic requirement is a marker layer, right? You want to format that marker layer. It's not, you never want to be like, okay, just show me the markers. You show me the some values also, that why this if this is a store, whether this store is performing good or bad. So this is very basic requirement,
right?
right? There should be a conditional formatting on the store icon, store marker also. So in the marker layer, you will not find the formatting, conditional formatting. Even in the layer, right? The GeoJSON also, there is no option to control the conditional formatting. It is default. It's automatic. You can't control that. You can't say, okay, up to 100 million show me in red, after 100 to 200 million show me in blue. Like that formatting you can't do here. Another requirement which came is, okay, these are my stores. What are these store names basically? Do I need to go and see each store? Okay, store 28 is this one. This is store 29. Instead of that, show me the labels directly here on the map. So this was one more requirement. So users will have their own requirement. Based on the requirement, I have never been able to suffice that requirement using the default component. We try to do that, but it's never enough, because once you showcase something to the business user, they will come up with the ideas, and that those ideas, it's very difficult to implement in the SAP component, and you can't go back to SAP and say, okay, I want to customize the component. But in terms of vendor, if it's a third party vendor, you are paying for it, so vendors will do it. They'll customize the map for you.
How expensive this license is for the third party?
Third party, again, like I have used Visual BI and Galileo both. So Visual BI is little cheaper, but their maps are not up to that standard. So if you are going for best, then Galileo are best, and they are little expensive. And again, their licensing is different on they follow different policies, different methods, licensing methods. It's based on number of users. It's based on unlimited licensing. It's based on how many environments you want to use. So based on that, it varies. And then they give some discounts and all.
Nice. Rakesh, one request is there that tomorrow I'm having some, this personal thing. So is there possibility that, just we can postpone this if you're free on Saturday or something, or if everybody is okay? Otherwise, you guys can continue in case if I don't join.
Okay, if any like if everyone is okay, then I don't have any issue. And but because if someone wants to finish the classes early, then we have to stick to the plan. So
no, that's fine. Yeah. That's what I just sort of asking everyone.
guys, if you have any issues, you can let me know offline also, no issues. Else we'll have off tomorrow. So you can just ping me if you have any issue. Else we'll have off tomorrow. Is it fine? Okay, let's stick to plan only, because yeah.
Because tomorrow I have some questions to ask you. Okay. And so otherwise, if it is okay for me, like I have some other questions, separate question, and like if we can, if you have a plan to postpone, then we can keep a recap session tomorrow.
Okay. See, what I'll do is I'll not take too complex topics. I'll take topics which you can just go through the recording and understand easily.
That's fine.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll not take the scorecard component, because the scorecard component, it's better you be in class. So I'll take other topics first then. Okay.
Sure, no problem. I'll try to come early. If I can't, then just.
No issues. Like tomorrow, if you miss also, you will not miss anything. You just go through the recording. You will understand everything.
Great. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Fine, guys. Okay. If you don't have, yeah, Dev.
Tomorrow, if you can connect at 7:15, you and me. I have some dashboard which I designed. I just wanted to show you and wanted to get your suggestion on that.
Sure. We'll connect 15 minutes early then tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks, Raf.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Then see you tomorrow. Thank you.
Thanks all. Bye.
Yeah. Bye, guys.